Hello, hi. This looks so stupid. Hello. Look at this. I've got... Hello, hi. Can you hear me? Hi. Did I miss something? No. What do you mean? This is my pool arc. What's the floaty doing? I'm going to the pool. Hold up one sec. I'm going to the pool. I don't... Ooh. I'm not dressed like I'm going to the pool, but you know. I thought it would be kind of funny if I did that. I thought it was a donut. I mean, technically in certain countries they are considered donuts. We're getting a beach episode, yeah! Alright, one sec. Go back. Oh, that didn't transition at all. Yippee! Look at this. Wait, that did transition. I didn't see that. Hell yeah. Look at this. I don't know, they added new stuff to VTube Studio, so I was just testing stuff out a little bit earlier. Kind of fun, look at this. I should probably put this lower. I think it looks stupid, look at this. That looks so stupid. Anyways, I think it's kind of funny if I'm just like, hello. Wow, wait. Hold up. I'm gonna make this huge. Oh yeah, there you go. You ever see those like huge you ever see those huge like floaties that are like the flamingo shapes, or the crocodiles are like a whale or something, like a dolphin? I want one of those, but I don't know, like a flamingo. Like a really big flamingo, and I can sit like this. You know, getting into these things are so hard. Like, you have to do gymnastics, you have to be flexible. Like, if you're sitting in here like this and you don't have like, holy moly, wait, I think I do have legs. Oh my god, okay, I can. Okay, at the thing, I have to figure this out. Did I add that here? Do I have that? Hell yeah. Hold on one sec. Oh wait, I think it's just on the same thing. Wait, what? Let me see what this looks like. This is gonna look super goofy. Okay, what if I do this? Can I? No, it doesn't work. Okay, actually, one sec. Hold up. I think I can figure this out. About... I think I can figure this out. I think I can make it look weird. How do I edit live 2D stuff? Oh wait, maybe I can do this. I can put underneath. Hell yeah. Under. Hello, how's your day been? Good! We're doing something stupid. Uh-oh. Okay. I just see floating legs. How have you been? How's everybody doing anyways, while I figure this out? While I mess around in live 2D. Hi YouTube person. Yeah, hello YouTube people. I fixed my stuff, guys. Exciting, right? You know what's really cool? You know what's super cool? I fixed the bonk thing. Hey, you can do Mocha P in live 2D? That's cool, that's new. I did the bonk thing. If anyone wants to redeem Hydrate, I think it does something. Also, I think raids do something now. Do they? I don't remember. Honestly, don't remember what I changed it. You mean we're not plotting world domination? I mean, we could. Guys, if I were to If I were to like world, I don't know. What if I were like the ruler of the world? What's the first thing that we would do? What was the first thing that you would do? Honestly, what would you do? How do I configure this? Settings. I mean, to be fair, I think what I would do. What would I do, honestly? Put item in model. Oh, hold up. Holy moly. Wait, this works. It's kind of stupid looking, but... Haha! Aha! Aha! Hell yeah, okay. There we go, now I have knees. There we go, they can see my legs. Such a huge tube, what am I doing? I'm floating. I'm in the lazy river, guys. I need like a summer BGM now. I would build robots and watch Godzilla movies. That's like if you were rich, though. Like, I don't know if you would do that if you were like girl of the world. Goober. Yeah. Hello. Look, I have my knees. This makes you look so tiny. Hello, how are you? I don't know how to edit live 2D items. We're stuck like this now. They added so many cool things. Look. Oh, where'd it go? They added hats. There's like this there's this new pinning feature. Let me configure this. Boom, hat. Back. Okay. Hello. There we go. Nice. But it's kind of weird and floppy. Like it's going behind my hair. That's fine. I'm not gonna fix it. It's too late. Hi. I think this looks goofy. Even more goofy, but I think it's funny looking. So, hi. Tips hat. Tips fedora. Milady. Tips hat, milady. Hello, hi. I don't know what I'm doing today. I have an assignment due. I'm procrastinating. I did the research part. I just have to edit what each, what's it called? I have to edit what each thing is about now. I have to go into my sources and be like, hey, this research article, the general summary is this, so that I can go and compile it all into one big essay and be like, yes, this talks about this, and then that talks about that, and that talks about that. So that's the easy part. The most difficult part is going to individually into each source and being like, what's the research methods? What's this process? What does this talk about? What is that about? Yeah. The only lady I see right now and the one sitting in the tube? You guys are the ladies. Come on, guys. Milady. Milads. Milads. Is that a thing? Milads? That just sounds like Malady. Like, it's like a malaise. You know, malaise? It's like an old term that they use to refer to like the illness, the plague, malaise. Sometimes I feel like I don't pronounce words correctly. I'll be like, am I pronouncing this right? I don't know. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, I was talking about if I were like, I don't know. I haven't heard that phrase in a very long time. Well, you're speaking to a scientist, a STEM major. I was talking about if I was like the ruler of the world, you know what I would do? I would give everybody, I would say the first thing, I think, gosh, we need to bring back education. We need to bring back education. We need to like open the schools. I don't know. I would give people days off. I think everybody, we should do what Europe does, like a universal day off. Everybody, we're gonna do what Europe does, and we're gonna have a universal 4-day work weeks. That'd be nice. Honestly, that would be so nice. 4-day work weeks. We have an entire month, like summer vacation. We have an entire month where people just get days off, you know, like what Europe does. I think France and Britain and Germany and like a bunch of other European countries, they have this thing where they just take multiple days off for the summer. They're just like, up, summer vacation, we're gone. And I was like, what? We don't have that here. That's amazing. That sounds great. We should do that. Why don't we have that? That's so sad. Why don't we have that? Guys, the physics on this hat is so bouncy. What the hell? I have myself on a 30... what's it called? I have myself on a 30... Oh, what's it called? 30 frames per second. Myself is on 30 frames per second. If I turn myself up to the max, like if I turn physics up to the max, my hair goes crazy. This is the lowest it can go. 30 frames per second. Yeah, physics strength is at default. It's at 50. Like, watch if I turn it to max. Holy moly, everything's moving. Oh my god, everything's crazy. Like, I'm just slightly leaning to the side, and then everything moves. Holy moly, my hair. Da, 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 da. Versus if I was 0 physics, nothing's moving. No hair, just stiff. So I have it set to like default. Default's fine. Default works. I don't know what dragging physics does. Oh, dragging figure just slows me down. Makes me more floaty, actually. There's dragging physics. I don't know what this does. Honestly, it feels the same to. Well, actually, no, never mind. I feel kind of wiggly. Look at my shoulders. Wow. Versus like normal. I'm kind of stiff, like that, like normal. Versus wind strength. What is? Whoa, hey yo. Oh wow, this is actually kind of trippy. If I were to do like, oh my god, woo! Oh, having way too much fun. What is this? This feels so weird. What the hell? I moved my head. Now I'm truly in a life floaty. Wow, what is this? What if I turn everything to the max? Like, crazy physics. Holy moly, I'm glitching. Holy moly, Okay, I need to stop. And there's a reason why I have that set to 0. What is that? That makes me look weird. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. That's fine. We're gonna leave it like that. Normal default settings, as it should be. I think I looked a little crazy going like, woo. Truly, I'm in a floaty. I'm meant to be like, yo, where's your feet? Don't worry about it. How are you sitting in the floaty? Don't worry about it. My thigh strength game goes strong today. You know what another thing would be really nice? I don't know, for things to be consistent no matter what country you're in. I mean, like, diversity is great and all, but something should be universal. Like, not even languages. I think languages are what makes a country different, but things that should be universal are things like, you know, paid time off or vacation days. That'd be really interesting if every single country took, like, the same holidays. I wonder how that would look. Lurkin? No problem. Enjoy. Oh, just, yep. I was gonna play Minecraft. I have to open it though, I'm staring at my screen. I'm actually staring at myself. Hold on, let me open it up. This might take a while. You'll need a new game app to open the MS Game Launch. So it says. Yeah. Why am I not connected to the internet on Minecraft? It thinks I'm not connected. That's so weird. Yeah, I'm in the pool today. I should be in the category pools, but I'm not, like, oh no. That's a category on Twitch and I'm not really sure why. Pools and hot tubs. Do you remember when that was the meta on Twitch? People were doing that to get away with like the lewd restrictions. Yes, there was a meta. No, I'm just in the pool. I'm not really sure why. I think it's because like... yeah, like VTubers, for some reason, like to push Twitch rules and they were like, aha, I'm gonna get like a bikini model and then I'm gonna like stand in the pool category so that I can show off my bazoingas and my hips and my badonkas, you know? The bazingas. And okay. Why are they towing the line? Paradise for sure. I don't know about that. It's like, you know, Twitch streamers, like IRL people, they would have lewd, like naked girls would stream with, like, they'd have an ass camera. I don't know why. They would do like standing streams and they would have a camera pointed at their back. And then they had like a little text on the side that was like, oh, 1,000 bits for like a jump, you know, like they'll jump. Stuff like that. It's just weird. Like, okay, you know, do whatever you want, but that's kind of odd. We watch for research? Yeah. Kind of, you know, a thing. I remember seeing that on my front page. I was like, ah. I still get that once in a while. There's still people who do that, or like the people who would I'm not shaming them or anything. I think get that bag, right? If it makes you money, sure. I think people who don't use their assets that they have and they're like, oh, but I'm beyond that. I think they're lying to themselves, because if you were born with that stuff, you know, shake that thing, you know? If you were born with like certain resources, use them, right? If you were born with like a thick ass, hell yeah. I say this as somebody who, I don't know, does not use that, because I'm awkward. Also, I don't think, like, for me personally, I don't think it goes with my aesthetic that I like to dress as. Gosh, I think I talk about my ass like 5 times a year. And then they all become other people's eyes as eye candy. My mom always says that. She's like, don't give people a free show. I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do then? Like, you are dressing how you want to dress and you are doing what you want to do, but then for other people, they're not seeing it as that way. They think like you're doing it for people's like attention. Bingus, bongus, bing bong, bing bong. Hello, welcome. How are you? Bing bong, my love. Test pass, reward granted. What is the reward? What do I get? Do I get like... Thank you! What the hell? Thank you. You know Bing Bong from Peak? That little guy's cute. That little guy's so cute. I wanted to take him with me, but he's too heavy. He's too chunky. So sad. I had to drop him so many times. But yeah, like when you dress how you want, there's always like people who are going like, you're dressing for validation. It's like, well, some people want to dress how they want to dress, so you can't really say anything about that. Yeah. Hello, welcome. How are you? Pay-per-view, honestly. Like, I guess, like if you wanna monetize that, sure. But there's some people who do it just because they wanna. Like my mom says, don't do it for free. If you're gonna do it, people have to pay. Kind of weird. Also, I think, wait, hold up. I've got the, hold up. I have to reformat this. Dun, 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 dun. It's all fun and games, people saying people should dress how they want until an obese 40-year-old man was wrecked around the city in a Speedo. Listen, if a guy wants to walk around in a Speedo, there's nothing stopping him. Have you ever been in Europe? Have you ever been to Europe? That's basically the European experience. What do you mean? That's the European experience. Like, I don't know if you've ever been, but there's people who go out like that in public. I don't think you're allowed indoors to places because they require you to put on a shirt and like pants. But there are places that, you know, you can just be outside like that and listen. You have free will. I think people forget that. You do have free will. Like, you can do whatever you want. The, like, American McDonald's supersize level obese, good for them. That's fine. It's like, you don't think, like, there's people like that at Walmart. There's people like that no matter where you go. It doesn't matter what they're wearing. They just look like that. So why should that affect anything? I forgot Europe has those beaches. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. And nothing wrong with that. I don't know, there's like... It's interesting because I remember seeing an argument a long time ago about like there's a difference between body positivity and health issues. Like there's a difference. Some people are always like, you should support everybody regardless of what they look like. But then other people are using it as like a diss to people who have like, I'm gonna do whatever I want kind of stuff, which I feel like is a really thin line to like walk. What do they call it? There's a specific word for it that I remember learning a long time ago. The healthification, I don't know. Oh, medicalization. When you take words or when you take conditions that people just accept as is and you turn it into a medical term to describe symptoms for something that has existed in the past, sometimes it can be good, sometimes it can be bad. Like a long time ago, they did not have a word for depression. Or they didn't have a word for PTSD in the 60s, actually. So when they medicalize those terms and they say, this term is now going to refer to these types of symptoms and this is the reason why this happens. Sometimes it can be good because it provides like a set range of symptoms that you can recognize in other people and be like, okay, this is how we treat that condition. This is how you would like diagnose somebody with it. People who have like a shared set of symptoms that you can treat. That's good. But other times it can be used as like a dismissive form of, oh no, you don't that's not a problem because that's just a medical term. Like, you know, you're not I don't know, there's like the most common one I see all the time is like obese. Like, you're not fat, you're just diabetic, you're just overweight. It's not considered overweight, it's now considered like obese. Because obese is a medical term that they use to describe people who have like a higher like BMI than like a certain like your average height, right? There's also a difference between classification and medical diagnosis. True, I feel like I see it nowadays in like, especially in the mental health side of things, online spaces where people are like, oh, I have like, especially neurodivergency. People are always saying like, oh, neurodiversity. People are always saying like, oh, you shouldn't you shouldn't self-diagnose because self-diagnosis is bad for you, blah blah blah. But I don't know. There can be like a good and a bad, but it depends. Because if you're like on the side of calling it what it is to you helps you with understanding and recognizing those symptoms and putting a name to that. Some people don't like labeling, and I understand. There's also a difference between just looking at surface level problems. Like, you know how people would always go, haha, I'm so OCD, right? It can sometimes, for some people, it feels like brushing it off because you're just lumping everything that you do under that term as like an excuse rather than trying to fix the problem. Like, the point of labeling, especially in the medical field, is to solve the problem and to be able to like diagnose the issue so that you have a prognosis so that you can try your best to alleviate the symptoms in any way. That's the point of a prognosis. You want to diagnose and then you want to try to address that issue. It's not like a way of being, haha, I'm neurodivergent, that's why I can't read, you know? It's not an excuse to just write off like being an ass, you know? There's a difference. Because some people are like, oh, it's because I'm neurodivergent that I'm socially awkward and I hate talking to people and I have anxiety. But it's not that. That's not the problem. The problem is that you probably are not the nicest person. Like, sometimes it's like that. And there's some people who just refuse to listen, but, you know, you didn't hear that from me. I say things sometimes and I'm like, oh gosh, I'm gonna get canceled in the future. People are gonna hate me. What did Kyo say about, like, medical conditions? I have a degree in this. Like, what do you mean? Sounds like horoscopes? Yeah. Oh god, I love when people talk about horoscopes because they're like, oh, you sound like a Taurus. Like, what does that mean? That sounds like something a Scorpio would say. Are you a Gemini? Oh, they're a Virgo, I can't trust what they say. Stuff like that. Like, really? What does that mean? What does this mean? That doesn't make any sense. Hello! Welcome! Ah, hey guys! Welcome! Hi, Aiden Glyden, sorry. I can't read today. Aiden Glyden. Wow, what a nice name. It rhymes. Aiden Glyden, hello, welcome. Hi, everybody. Thank you for the raid. Welcome, raiders. Hi, how are you? My name is Kyokamiya. I am a Songbird Tengu VTuber. And I am currently in the lazy pool. I thought I came in on a Virgo hate as a Virgo. I was worried. No, we're talking about how like general people who lump themselves under specific labels and just write it off as like a surface level observation, being like, oh, you know, like, right? Like stupid things like that. That's what we're talking about. Oh, Aiden glides in. Oh, I'm too big. Oh shoot, I just called you Aiden Glyden. I can't read. I'm so sorry, guys. I am mispronouncing everybody's name today. No, I had it right. Oh. Glides in or glide in? Oh, it's a... Oh my god, it's a pun. Holy moly. Hope you're having a lovely string. Yeah. Hold up. Let me give you a shout out. I forgot. Okay. What were you up to? What were you up to? Pokemon MMO. Ooh, I have heard that. I think I've heard people of that game. I think I've heard people playing it. Looks cool. What's it about? I think I've seen people playing it, but I'm not exactly sure. No, we're not making fun of Virgos. I found out last week I'm addicted now. Ooh. Is it like gambling? What do you do? I was told you would give off too much Virgo energy and that's a red flag, and I was like, what the heck? Anyways, that day ended. Ooh. What the heck does that even mean? What is having too much Virgo energy mean? I don't understand. Because, like, technically Virgo is, like, isn't she, like, a young woman? She's supposed to represent, like... I mean, like, historically, like, in Virgo, they're supposed to represent, like, women? Yeah, like the zodiac signs, like, his horoscope, her myth, or whatever that she comes from. She's like a lady. She's represented by a lady, right? It's Pokemon with friends. That sounds fun. It's like when people do soul links together, right? When people do soul links in Minecraft, that sounds fun. I was once told I'm not a good match because I'm Aquarius. Oh my god, people who determine dates off of zodiac signs are insane to me. Oh, I can't date Geminis because, like, I just have things against Geminis. Like, really? That doesn't make any sense. What do you mean? What do you mean you can't date Geminis? What's wrong with them? That's so stupid. It doesn't make sense. There's people like that out there, though. There's people who are actually like that. They're like, oh, when's your birthday? And then you tell them, and they're like, well, I see. So you're like this, and it's like, what does that mean? I don't know. I was talking about my passion of cooking, and I say after what I like doing. What? That doesn't make any sense. I mean, there's like certain stereotypes that people have for zodiac signs. I get that, but I feel like a lot of the stereotypical stuff that happens with zodiac is like, it's very general. Like, you can say that about anybody. You know how the stereotypical Taurus, they're like, oh, Taurus love food, Tauruses are stubborn. Like, Sagittarius love exploring, Sagittarius are adventurous. You could say that about everybody. I think everybody enjoys traveling. I think everybody enjoys food. I think everybody enjoys eating. Like, that's a human thing. That doesn't make sense. I gotta read and run. It's late for me. Hope you have a good one. Gotta stream soon. No worries. Thank you for stopping by and trusting your community with me. If anybody from Aiden's stream needs to go to the bathroom or go get food or go to bed, feel free to. Don't worry. Don't let me stop you. Thank you all for sticking on and like hopping in and raiding. Thank you so much for the raid. It's really nice. I love raids. I love raiders. You guys are so nice. I hope you enjoyed your stream. Take a good rest. Thank you. And everybody else that's stopping by. If you guys gotta go to bed, gotta go to the bathroom, stretch, you know, hydrate. Always important. Drink water. Drink water, guys. Everybody water check. Drink water. I'm gonna drink water. Hold up. Drink water. Ow. Yes, water. I'm already drinking water. I'm already drinking water. Okay, so everybody hydrate, go to the bathroom. I just realized, I was like, oh yeah, we wouldn't be a great match after that and left. Well, I mean, if you're with anybody and they say stuff like that, I don't know how well it would turn out to begin with. Good question, guys. If you were with somebody and everything about them was like fine, but they were just super, like, I don't know, super into like things like that, like horoscopes and like the stars and judging people based off of like personality things, like, you know, people who diagnose and like, you your MBTI type is this, and they like to diagnose others. Would you be able with that person? Like, they're fine on every other level. They're like attractive, they're funny, they have a good sense of humor. But every single person that you meet, that you're with, that person, they're like, I can tell that they're a Scorpio and their MBTI type is ENFT or whatever. 0% chance of a second date, you wouldn't be with them regardless. Like, your personalities are like that. It's just that they're, you know, they're just like that. No, you wouldn't. They're too obnoxious. I don't know. I don't know. I think it'd be interesting, like, if they were chill about it, but if they were, like, super like that about everything, like, every single person you met, like, oh, hey, by the way, I met my boss, and I'm talking with my manager, and stuff like that, and then they're like, oh, your manager is such... I don't know, like, they just say things like that. It'd be kind of weird. Oh, your manager's a Cancer. Which, first of all, I don't know if that's such a weird thing to say about somebody. What? That doesn't make sense. That's like, when people talk about... What's another thing that they say? That they, like, put people in, they're like, oh, you're this. I wouldn't mind it to an extent if we can just click. I wouldn't do if they're consenting to others on just on their horoscope. True, yeah, I feel like there has to be a balance. I think there has to be a little bit of a balance there. Because if you were just somebody who's... Or, like, you were with somebody who just constantly talks about that, I don't know. My managers are literally like a Cancer. No! I mean, I feel that, but... Oof. Not my manager. My manager could not care less. I have supervisors, though, who are like, well, I think it takes time getting used to people's personalities, though. Like, I once had a manager who I was terrified of. I was so scared of her. But then I learned that that's just her face. There's people like that. They have, like, the meanest looking face, and then they, like, just look at you like, But then you, like, speak to them a little bit more, and then you're like, oh, okay, it's just... They look like that. They've got, like, the resting bitch face, you know? Like RBF. I had a music teacher like that, too. She was mean. Well, not mean in a way, but, like... She was the nicest person. But at the same time, like, okay, first of all, she's Russian, so you know how that goes. She was like, she's not specifically Russian, it's like a neighboring country of it. I forgot the name of it. But like a country next to Russia or somewhere like that. So you know her personality. She was very perfectionist about things. She was like, no, do it again. That's not right. You gotta, like, do it like this. And then she would make us practice over and over and over again. Yeah. I love them. I love them. I understand, but at the same time, you're, like, talking to them and they say things and you're like, oh. Like, oh. Stuff like that. But yeah, I get along with most of my managers, and if I don't, then I'm just kind of like, okay, well, I'm like the type of person where if somebody's, like, condescending or mean to me, I like to return it back. But I do it in a professional way. Like, I'm not mean about it, but if they're like, oh, they're, like, being really nitpicky about stuff, I will send it back to them in, like, a large file, and I'll be like, here's the thing that you asked for. Exactly the way you wanted it. And then I say, thanks. In the email. Like, I'm trying to be like, you know, here you go, right? I'm very lenient as long as you show kindness to others and empathetic. With similar ambitions, chances are I don't mind romantic to platonic, romantic to platonic. Yeah. I mean, one of the things that I learned throughout, like, speaking to multiple people is that you don't necessarily have to agree on a lot of things, you know? You don't have to agree on everything, but as long as you can at least somewhat communicate and you are willing to disagree, right? That's all you need. As long as you're willing to understand somebody else's point of view, that's really all you need. The moment you unlock that skill in life, I think you can basically talk to anybody. The only issue is talking to people who are not like that. Nice to meet you. I'm Japanese, but I watch international streams to study English. ChatGPT ni... Oh gosh. I don't know those two kanji. Suru? Hold on, let me... Oh. Oh. Eh. Original? Hello? How do I get it to read this? Oh. Okay, I can't, I don't know this kanji. I only know, hiragana. I don't even know katakana, I only know hiragana. But hello, konnichiwa. Watashi nihongo. Not Jozu. Watashi wa... Bad English, bad Japanese. But welcome. Irashaimase. People that are snobby give me the ick way too fast. Same with people that feel they're better than, you know? True. I typed the wrong kanji by mistake. Please don't worry about it. Okay. When I went to go look it up, it said question, and I was like, eh? Me trying to message people in Japanese on Twitter. I've used Google Translate to message people. Your Japanese is really good, thank you! Arigato! Yeah, I know a lot of like languages or like / adjacent languages, so pronunciation comes easy to me. Yeah, I feel like conversation-wise, as long as you're willing to be like open-minded. Hello, are you open-minded? I'm kidding. Thank you for the follow, welcome. I'm so sorry. Hello, are you open-minded? I went on a date with a guy and he gave a massive sigh when a homeless man asked for help. I was like, what the heck, dude? He just needs help getting onto the train. I helped him and ended that day. Ooh. Number one red flag, people who are mean to like people who are less, or like people who treat others who they see as less than them negatively, like they are condescending like that. Like people who are mean to service people who are mean to like children, people who are mean to pets. I think those are all extreme red flags and I would not associate with them anymore at all. Like I'd cut them out so fast. If you're mean to pets, like first of all, how dare you? Second of all, if you're mean to service workers, what the heck? And third of all, like if you're mean to kids, like I don't care. Like some kids can be annoying, but honestly, like it's not that hard to have patience and be like, I think some people need to learn how to walk away. If something's annoying you, just walk away. I tried so hard to learn a second language, but I can't get to a basic conversation level, so every time I hear someone speak a second language, I don't know, I just think of, I like your funny words, Magic Man. Yeah, me when someone speaks to me in a different language. It's 1 p.m. here. What time is it over there? It is 12:20 a.m., which is apparently midnight. My clock is up there in the top corner. It is... oh gosh, do I remember? Oh gosh, I don't even remember my numbers anymore in Japanese. Everything's gone. The only part I remember about like Japanese is the something yon nen, stuff like that. Oh, you're staying up late. I started a stream what, almost an hour ago. I stream late. I stream at this time like almost all the time. I stream starting at like 10 to 11 and I go until like 3 a.m. I agree, the only thing I'm somewhat mean to is my siblings, mainly little brother, but I love him. Yeah, I mean, I fight with my brother all the time, but it's not mean. It's just that we fight over things. We're siblings, that's how it goes. Things like, you know, when you like bully people. Once every other month we'll get a 4 p.m. stream. Gosh, do you remember when I streamed in the afternoon? Oh my god. That was great. You guys heard so many things in the background. There was so much going on. My dad was talking to my brother, and then my mom was like yelling from the stairs and you could hear her in the background. Do you stream at the same time on weekdays or just on weekends? I stream usually on Tuesdays, sometimes Wednesdays, and then usually mostly Fridays and Saturdays. And then once in a while I'll stream on Sunday. So, changes, but usually most of the time, yes, Tuesdays and Fridays, and sometimes Saturdays. Most of the time. Yeah! I try to stream at least 2 times a week. If I do more, it might be because I have like more time for certain things, but now, as of like, right now, I have a couple of assignments due, so I'm like a little bit busy, but maybe like later on, we'll see. He talks nonsense, so I talk nonsense. How old is this kid? Like, are they 5? Because that's understandable, but like if they're, I don't know, 14, that's different. I don't know, depends greatly on how old this kid is. You don't have to say their exact age, you can just be like range. Like, are they in kindergarten, like, you know, little baby, infant, toddler, or are they like teenager? Because I think there's a difference between talking to a teenager versus talking to like a toddler. Which I find it so funny talking to toddlers, because toddlers are hilarious to me. They have no filter, they'll tell you everything. And then like talking to like preteens, like from the ages of 10 to maybe 13. I love those kids too, they're so sassy. They're like, they'll tell you everything they hate about the world, it's great, I love them. I had a conversation with one kid who they were like talking to me about celebrities. They're like, man, have you heard about Justin Bieber? And I was like, no. And they were like, have you heard about the Tea, the drama? I was like, okay. And they just started telling me everything about it. And I was like, you know what? That is weird. The better scale for young children, puntable to punchable. I don't know. I don't know. Kids, for some reason, have always just been pretty chill around me. Like the exact same way I am around animals. With animals, I'm like, I don't know. I'm pretty chill around animals. I'm pretty chill about kids. Like, kids aren't very mean to me. We'll chill. I'm chill. They're like, ah, yes, this person. We're just gonna, like, you know, talk like a normal person, as long because I find with people in general, like kids especially, if you treat them like you would a normal person, they respect that. Don't talk down to kids. They can understand what you're saying. You might just simplify your language a little bit, but they can understand. They have feelings too. Same thing with animals. If you treat them how like you would treat a normal thing, I think it's the same. It might be difficult on weekdays, but I think I'll be able to watch your streams on the weekend. Thank you very much. Yeah, I look forward to seeing you again if you want to stop by. You subscribed, thank you. Oh, thank you very much. Arigato. Thank you. Thank you for the tier 1 subscription. Welcome! Hello. High school, my little sister is a toddler and she will beat me up. She tackle hugs me every time. Oof. I'm not quite able to fully understand what you say yet, but I'll keep gradually watching your streams. I'll do my best to gradually improve. Yes! Ganbatte. I'm rooting for you. I hope you do well in your English studies and that you improve. Thank you. Ganbatte. You got this. My Japanese is very beginner. I can read. I can understand when people talk to me. It's just speaking back. I'm just like, ah. I don't know. No, wakarimasen. You know what's so funny to me? Is that I can, that's how I am with a lot of languages. I can speak, and then when it comes to like, when people speak at me, I'm like, ah, yes, I understand. And then I try to speak back, and I'm like, oh no, never mind, I don't understand. I don't know the word for that. Or I'll know like half of that sentence, and I don't know the rest of it. Or I don't know a specific word. Ooh, music. It's hard to understand native speakers, but your stream has subtitles, so it's easier to follow. Yes, I have heard that from a lot of people. They tell me that. They're like, oh, it's rare to see people with subtitles. Thank you for having that. And I'm like, yeah, I like having accessible streams and stuff. Because, you know, people are hard of hearing. People don't always catch what I say. Sometimes I mumble. It's kind of difficult. I know some people also have that plugin where it translates into a specific language to cater to like 2 different types of audiences. I've seen that too, where people who will have like an English and then it'll auto translate underneath into like that language. It's not 100% accurate, but it does the job, I think. Same thing with my captions. My captions don't exactly capture 100% of what I say. Sometimes it does mess up, especially if I'm speaking in a different language, but it does things. It's better than nothing. Like, I learned ASL because I wanted to be more, like, accessible / welcoming, like, understanding of people who are hard of hearing. I learned Morse code because for the sake of Morse code, I don't know. And then I tried to learn Braille because I was like, I'm paranoid. I was like, what happens if one day I lose vision and I can't read? So I gotta learn Braille. Because I'm paranoid like that, you know? And then I learned like smoke signals and flag signs because I'm also paranoid. I learned ASL because sometimes I'm like, oh no, what happens if I can't hear, or if I can't understand somebody, or if I'm like across the room and I don't want to shout, and then I can just sign on people. But then I realized when I do that, nobody else knows ASL, so I'm just the only person that I know who knows ASL, so that's kind of sad to me. My little brother is more, so he's competitive, so it's like harmless banter, although he tries to wrestle me. So he's gonna be on the football team and I'm going to starting to wrestle at university. Fun! I have a brother, I have an older brother. We don't fight as much as we used to, but I remember when we were younger, we used to fight a lot. We used to wrestle. But like, he's older than me, and he's also taller, and he's a guy, so he's stronger, obviously. So my parents would used to get mad, because they were like, you can't do that because he's stronger than you. And I'm like, I'm gonna try anyway, I'm gonna do that. You can't stop me. I think your Japanese is really good since Japanese doesn't have strict rules about word order. As long as your pronunciation is clear, it's not a problem. I see. My Japanese is like 1 word, 2 word. Uno momento. Yeah, I think it's what happens to me when I try to learn multiple languages at the same time, because it's like, yeah. That's one of the things that's easy about Japanese pronunciation, because Japanese pronunciation is a little bit similar to Mandarin and Korean, where sentence order doesn't matter. Meanwhile, in English, technically Japanese does have a specific hierarchy like English. Like, you know how English, you start with a pronoun, subject, adjective, verb, right? You speak Spanish and English. Cool. Hola. ¿Cómo estás? That's all I know in Spanish. Actually, I do know others, but... Soy yo. Está bien. Tienes... I don't know. Tienes... something. I don't know. I don't know words. English is just dumb to learn because it's like 3 languages in a trench coat. Yeah. English has like so many influential words. Que bueno. Sí. Este mundo. Uy. Oya. I don't know. I learn a lot of languages. Hello. Yoto Cheto 420. Welcome. How are you? I know, I've learned a lot of languages in my life. Mandarin, Japanese, French, Spanish trying. I don't know. I feel like it's fun. Interesting. Why am I sitting snugly inside the swim ring? Why not? 'Cause it's fun. I like that. I'm in a pool. It's nice. It's fun. We were all going to the beach today. If only I could speak the languages the food I make comes from. What kind of foods do you like to make? Pretty alright, how about you? I'm good. I'm sitting in a pool floaty. I'm having a great time. I'm having my beach episode today. I'm having a beach episode. It's great. It's fun. I'm chatting. The weather's getting warmer, and it's time to go to the beach. And go to the pool. Amazing, looks fun and chill like a lazy river. Yeah. Yeah, basically, that's what the idea had in mind. Is it's a pool, it's the water. We're in a lazy river. We're just chilling. It's not bad at all. I think it's really cute. Thank you, kawaii. Secretly, I'm trapped in the floaty, and I was too afraid to ask for help. No, I'm fine. I might be. Well, if I wanted to get out, I think I would just. See, when you're stuck like this in a pool floaty, this is how you get out. You just like move your arms upwards and you like squeeze your legs as close to your body so that you like go into the pool, like through the hole, and you just come out the other side. You just like slide yourself through the hole. You see, I'm using like the pressure against my shins and my back to stay in the pool floaty so that I'm not like falling out of it. I don't have legs to like sit over the pool floaty. Hello, welcome. Hi, how are you? Welcome. Nice donut. Yeah, I'm a pool floaty. I've made mujadara, my heritage, Lebanese, black bean noodles, larb, Laos, and many more low-key that I'd like to know most, if not every language. Ooh, that sounds really good. That sounds really good. I wish I had the opportunity to try like foods from different places. I recently tried Filipino food, that was good. I recently had the opportunity to try Filipino food at a restaurant, but it wasn't like actual authentic Filipino food, but it was like fusion Filipino food, which is cool. I had con de lechon, and then I also had, what's the noodle dish called? I forgot the name. I forgot the name. Pansy. Yeah, I had pansy. That was good. I didn't know where black bean noodles originated from, so I didn't add words from. Black bean noodle, like jjajangmyeon? Jjajangmyeon? I think originally, well, it's most commonly found in Korea. They eat it a lot there, but originally, long time ago, I think it originated from China. Jjajangmyeon? It's like a Chinese recipe. Same thing with jampan. Yeah. Jampan is also originally from China. It's just inspired. But I think nowadays, it's more commonly found in Korea. Very there. This sticker's really cute. I like it a lot. Thank you. I drew that. Yeah. I drew that. My emotes are all drawn by me. And also same thing with my bits. I drew those too. Oh my god, that is huge. I'm looking at my my chat layout on my side, and it shows up as like a huge image. Yeah. That's huge. That's what she said. Yeah. That's what she said, literally. That one quote from Aventurine in Honkai Star Rail where he's like, "Doctor, you're huge." He says it in such a way too, it's so funny. You can do illustrations too? You're really talented. Yeah! I can do a lot of things. That's what she said. I can do a lot of things, yeah, I like doing a lot. I like to draw, I like to sing. I like to sing Japanese songs like Vocaloid. Ritaite. It also has my family so mixed, to be honest. I'm mixed AF, so I've tried so many different foods. True! I think it's really fun having like a really diverse, like knowing a lot of people, especially. Like I went to an international school and I met a lot of people from a lot of different countries, which is a lot of fun. Like I have friends in almost like every country around the world. I have friends in like Cyprus, I have friends in like Belgium, I have friends in like Denmark, I have friends in, you know, like Hong Kong, I have friends in Singapore, I've got friends from like Lebanon, England, Britain, France, Germany. They're from all over the world, it's so cool. Ukraine. Not Ukraine, actually. No, not Ukraine. Egypt. Somewhere like that. No, I don't think I've met anyone from Ukraine, unless it was online. I think it was an online friend, but I have not talked to them in a while. I hope they're fine. Vocaloid songs are fast-paced, so even Japanese people find them hard to sing. Really? I don't know. I've grown up with like a lot of them, so I think I'm kind of used to it. Like recently, I've been trying to learn Cherry by Spitz. That's a fun song to play on the guitar. But yeah, Vocaloid songs are challenging. Depends on what kind though. Some of them are pretty slow, like Ikunite. Ikunite is a classic. What other There's a lot of them. I like Kenshi Yonezu. Kenshi Yonezu has a lot of fun songs. Although his word choices in Japanese are quite interesting. My family's been the type that's also like, I like you, you are family now. So my uncles and aunts I'm not related to. That's cute. I wish, I come from like an Asian family, so my family is not the type to do that at all. They're very closed off. I have been told so many times by families, especially my grandparents. My grandparents are very traditional. They're like, this is family secrets. You cannot tell anybody about this because it has to stay within the family. And it's literally just like somebody having a health issue. And I understand because they don't want people finding out about it because, you know, it's personal. But at the same time, it's like, really? You don't want your brother, your actual sibling, to know about this health issue? You don't want your children to know? Like, you're telling me this and, like, you don't want your kids to know? Okay. Weird. But yeah, it's interesting because I also have family who are all over the world. Very diverse. Like, I've got cousins who grew up in different countries, who lived abroad, who speak multiple languages, and You know that there was a trend a long time ago with VTubers when people would go on Twitter and then they would be like, oh, list all your family members and the languages that they speak. And then I was like thinking about it and I'm like, oh gosh, that would be super confusing. Just listing all the languages that my grandparents and my parents and my cousins and my relatives speak, it would just be like the most confusing mix that nobody would be like, Kyo, what are you? What should I call you? You can call me Kyo. Kyo. Kyo? Kyo? That's fine. Kyo's fine. Kamiya-san. That makes me sound like an old lady. Oba-san. Kyo. Kamiya-san. No, you can call me Kyo. Everybody calls me Kyo, but I think people mispronounce my name sometimes and they call me like Kayo. It's weird. Some people don't know how to pronounce it. It's like 3 vowels next to each other. So I have Vietnamese great aunt, Russian and great uncle, Samoan cousins, Lebanese grandfather, and many more. Oh gosh, that sounds fun. I've got like French relatives. I've got Japanese relatives. I've got some parents, some relatives speak Portuguese, some relatives speak Spanish, some relatives speak Russian, some relatives speak like they're all over the place. I couldn't even tell you. My family pretty much everywhere in the world? Yeah. Cool. You always have a place to stay. Or you have a place to travel, because you can always visit relatives. Although it does make traveling a little bit difficult. Although a lot of my family does live in Canada, so... Most family, like my core family, lives in Canada. So people who lived elsewhere, they all just move there, because it's easy. So that means I don't have to travel to visit them. But we do have some relatives elsewhere who... just there. But they're like really, really distant relatives that we don't keep in contact with very often. And with having technology, I think it's easy to just not keep in contact with people because you can just text them once in a while and be like, hey, Uncle number 7. That's what my family calls them. How are you? We don't remember people's names. We call them by number. That's what my grandparents do. They're like, ah, yes, this is aunt number 3 and this is uncle number 5. You don't need to know their name. You're like, yeah, uncle number 6 is gone. They ran away from home, but we haven't heard from uncle number 8 in a while. So it's like, who is this? I don't know. Haven't yelled at 5 different languages at once during a family gathering? That sounds fun. What other Japanese songs are there? I don't know. I'm pulling up my list of songs. I'm gonna grab food, be right back. No worries. I am chilling. Let me figure out what the heck oh, there it is. Trick pattern is. Okay. I feel like the strum pattern is very similar along a lot of songs. Well, in general, a lot of songs do tend to have similar chords. But it's really cool. Interesting. With a lot of things. Honestly, having a very diverse, what's it called? Like, a very diverse, like, family. It's always fun. I mean, I know people who are like, I've been born in this one state and I've lived here my entire life and I've never left. And I'm like, wow. I don't know how that feels. And they're like, oh, my grandparents and my great-grandparents and my great-great-great-great-great-grandparents were from here and we lived in the same house. I'm like, wow. That's wild to me because I have moved at least 8 times in my life. So make sure everyone hydrates, snacks, rest, meds. Yeah. Oh gosh, I need to take my medicine. You're streaming simultaneously on YouTube as well. Also, is it okay for me to join the Discord link you post in the description? Yes, you can. I think we do have some people who, yeah, we have a lot of people. Anybody's welcome to join. That's why it's for. It's there. Everybody can join. It doesn't matter. Just know that I am a yapper and I'm annoying on Discord. So I'll be posting stuff and I'll be like at 3 a.m. guys, do you think like books have different flavors? And then somebody will just be up at that time and they'll reply to me and they'll be like, maybe. Maybe. Who knows? That's the one thing I love about being people on Discord and like in chat. I'll ask the stupidest questions or like just random things that pop into my head and you guys take me so seriously. You're like, I'll answer. That's a great question. It's never like, oh, that's just a weird question. I'm not going to answer that. It's always like, you know what? That's a valid point. I'm going to think about that. I love that. That's how most of my family is. In my life, I've lived in 3 houses, all within 25 miles of each other. Oh my gosh, I can't imagine that. I've moved across countries. I've lived abroad like 3 times. I've been everywhere. I've been to so many countries and I've lived in so many places. I just can't imagine being in the same place my entire life. Like growing up in a small town, growing up with the same people you've known your entire life, that's just so weird to me. It's really weird to me because it doesn't make like, oh no. I feel like Belle from like Beauty and the Beast, where it's like this town is so boring. Nothing happens here. I mean, at the same time, it's like familiarity, right? Because people are like, oh, I like this nice country lifestyle where I know everybody in town. I know everybody's personal history and we've known each other for years and my grandparents know your grandparents and your parents know my parents and everybody just gossips. That's so weird. Versus like, I've had a weird upbringing because I grew up in like a place like that where my parents knew a bunch of other people's parents because that's how it is when you live in a subdivision. That's how it is when you grow up like in a specific area where everybody knows each other, especially within like schools. You live in a neighborhood and all the parents know each other because you go to PTA meetings. But then I moved. And then we moved away and then we moved to like the city. And it was such a weird experience because like at first we lived like in the middle of nowhere. We used to live like near a forest. And then we moved to like the suburbs. And then we moved to like the city. And then we moved back to the suburbs. And then now you live in the middle of nowhere. So we keep moving around. It's so weird. But being in the city was such an odd experience. I have so many stories about that. I was reading the server rules. Since 3 AM notifications happen around noon here, it's totally fine for me. Ooh, nice. I try not to at people on Discord. I don't think it's nice to do. I like to do silent pings. Not even my stream pings work anymore. I think I gotta fix that. I have to set it up so that the bot will ping the stream at, and it's not doing it right now, it's just doing it like at stream. I have to go into dev mode, copy and paste the link, and then add it to the thing, and then fix my settings. Until that day you accidentally add everyone? Oh gosh. Hello, welcome! I can't read that name, it's really tiny, but hi, how are you? I think that was somebody on YouTube. I think I have accidentally added somebody. Like everybody? Maybe, once. Accidentally. I do that for fun. And I feel bad. But once in a while, most of the time, I like to just ping events / I like to ping events and it's like just ping like stream. But I think everybody has the events tag, which is nice. Oh, you guys want to join events and stuff. It's nice. I think we've only done like 2 events so far. We've done like a movie night, and then sometimes I like to hop on the call. Like, I have a sub-only VC, and then some people like to chill in there, so sometimes if people are in VC and I see that, I will pop in and I will just be like, hey. If you are having a private conversation in VC, I am so sorry, because I will just hop on and I'll be like, what's up? And then I'll leave. I'm like a jump scare. Did I accidentally add something by mistake? No? What did you do? I gotta open up Discord, hold up. What do you mean? I don't think there's anything that you could do accidentally. What'd you do? Oh, never mind. It was not a follow. It was you. You gigantified an emote. Thank you for the 30 bits.